The night Bartholomew Butterscotch couldn't sleep. Once upon a time, there was a round, fluffy hamster named Bartholomew Butterscotch III, but his friends called him Barry B for short. Barry B lived in a cozy treehouse with a tiny refrigerator and a hamster wheel made of gold. Well, painted gold, but he liked to pretend. One night, Barry B couldn't sleep because his tummy was making more noise than a broken tuba. "Oh dear," he squeaked, patting his round belly. "I simply must have a midnight snack." As he tiptoed down the tree to find some food, he bumped into his neighbor, a very tall giraffe named Noodles McWobbleneck. Noodles had spots shaped like tiny pizzas and wore a bright red bow tie that was way too small for his enormous neck. "Where are you going at this hour?" asked Noodles, his head swaying like a tree in the wind. "I'm on a very important mission to find a snack," whispered Barry B. "Want to join?" Just then, they heard a crash behind them. Out tumbled Penelope Picklesocks, a penguin wearing mismatched polka dot socks on her flippers. She had been trying to practice her secret midnight tap dancing and tripped over her own feet. "Did someone say snacks?" Penelope asked, attempting to look graceful despite having leaves stuck to her head. The three friends decided to visit Waffles Whiskerton, an old owl who ran a 24-hour breakfast cafe in the hollow of a nearby tree. Waffles was famous for wearing a chef's hat that was much too big and always fell over his eyes while he cooked. When they arrived, they found Waffles fast asleep in a bowl of porridge, snoring little hoo-hoo sounds and blowing tiny bubbles in the porridge. "Wake up, Waffles!" they all called. Waffles jumped so high he got his chef's hat stuck on a branch. "Welcome to Whiskerton's wonderful waffles, where every waffle has a wiggle and every pancake has pizzazz," he hooted automatically, still half asleep. That night, the four friends had the silliest midnight feast ever. Noodles tried to eat tiny pancakes from plates balanced on his head. Penelope served drinks by sliding them down her belly like a penguin bowling alley, and Barry B stuffed his cheeks so full of waffles he looked like a furry balloon. When they finally finished eating, Barry B was so sleepy he could barely keep his eyes open. His friends helped him back home, where he curled up in his bed made of cotton fluff and rainbow-colored yarn. Just before he drifted off to sleep, Barry B smiled and thought to himself, "Sometimes the best midnight snacks are the ones shared with friends. Even if one of them is wearing silly socks, another has a wobbly neck, and the third is covered in porridge." The end. P.S. Waffles never did get his chef's hat down from that branch, but that's okay because he started wearing a tea cozy instead, and everyone agreed it looked much fancier anyway.